started unofficially back in 2023 in my bathroom. There were lots of cats, and there was a low-cost clinic in Thomasville, but thank God that exists because they don't exist where I'm from. And from that moment on, once I trapped, neutered, and returned, which for those that don't know, TNR stands for trap, neuter, and return. So you trap the cats, one of these, which we'll go over. You bring them to either low-cost clinic or a vet, usually a low-cost clinic. You get them spayed or neutered, they recover overnight, and you release them back in the same spot. And I'll go over that a little bit more.
Kristen, can I interrupt
Yeah.
for a second? Okay. So Kristen came here from Toronto, Canada, and she was a student at Thomas University, and she was living at Abbey Lakes.
Still live there.
Still lives there, and there were thundering herds of cats there, and they were howling and screaming and doing their thing and fighting, and so this young woman, she took it upon herself to start trapping and neutering the cats.
I've never done this before in my life. Let the record show I've never done this before.
I mean, really incredible, and I think there were about
20. There was 20
cats,
yeah.
and she got them all and neutered them all. Well, you did.
I didn't. That's above what I know.
Expertise out of your wheelhouse, and now it's a peaceful kingdom there, right?
Yep.
All the cats are happy and healthy, and no screaming cats.
No more kittens. That's the best part. You
That's the
don't walk
best
outside
part.
and see a kitten that's died or anything like that.
So I mean, we're so happy to have you
well,
here.
thanks
So
for
I'm
having
sorry
me.
for interrupting you midstream.
You're
But I was
good.
going to ask you if you could talk more.
Oh, yes. Okay. If I'm ever talking too low, let me know.
Yeah, scream it out.
But yeah, so after that point, I posted on Facebook, and people were like, hey, there's cats here. Come help me here. Come help me here. And I was like, oh no. I never realized how big this problem was. I mean, I never knew that there were this many cats, but there is a lot of cats. And in 2023, we got our official 501c3, so we are an official nonprofit. And as of today, I haven't personally trapped a cat since February. So everybody else in the public is doing it. And that was my goal to begin with, because, you know, I don't want people to have to rely on one person. I want to pass that knowledge down. And, you know, if I could do it, I didn't know what I was doing at all. If I could do it, then I think other people could do it. And they are. So as of today, we are at 592 cats, which
Wow.
it seems like a lot, but there's still so many. But it's all about that perspective. So yeah, I mean, we can do this sort of like a question type of thing, like, you know, if anybody has questions, because okay, who here is familiar with TNR? Okay, so a good majority. So TNR is, like I mentioned earlier, trap, neuter, and return, and it's for the outside cats that you see that are feral and not friendly. I think there's one right over there.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yes.
is it spayed or neuter?
No. We have our sights on that one.
Okay. So
we have a bead on it.
So I'll get into the process relatively. It's relatively simple. This looks overwhelming and scary, and because it was for me too, but it's not. So when you go through us, we cover the costs of the surgery. We provide you with all the supplies that you need. If you want to donate to us, you can. If you don't want it, that's totally fine too. Just fix the cats. That's it. Just get them fixed. That's my biggest thing. So now there's two different traps. Typically we use this one for kittens, although if you get a kitten in this one, it's great, it's more room. So when you're trapping feral cats, you know, you can't approach them at all. They're skittish, they're scared, they don't want to be near you. They don't like people, they're not used to people, they're not accustomed to people, they're, as the name states, feral. So just for the sake of everybody being able to see, I'll show you a big trap. So, this is what's called a live trap, and I'll give you the example with and without the newspaper in it. So these traps are fairly easy to use, and when you pick up the trap from us, we show you how to do all of this. So, don't worry if you don't know. We will teach you how to do that. So, when you open these traps, it can be a little finicky at first. There's, I don't know if anybody can see that, but there's a lever right under that, like a little catch thing. You see that? So, what that does is this is gonna push, you would push this down, and your trap is live. What that means is you could possibly trap a raccoon, which who traps and who's trapped a raccoon? Yeah.
Or an armadillo.
Or an armadillo. we had a possum a couple weeks ago and it would not leave the trap. Nope, not leaving this trap. So, ideally what you would do is, let's say you have, for the sake of it, we have one cat, just one cat. And you put newspaper at the bottom because you do not want cat pee in your car or cat poop in your car. And also, when you're bringing them to the clinic, it doesn't hurt their feet, the mesh wire. So I'm going to show you what we do, and then I'll display how the trap works. You're going to put the newspaper in, like this. Don't trap your hand. I've done it. It hurts. So you'll take sardines, tuna, anything that's good. I'm not going to open it because nobody needs that right now.
And Kristen, you provide the food.
We provide all of this,
Everything.
yes. We provide everything. If you want it, or if you're like, hey, we got it, okay, great, you can do it too, but if you want it, we got it. So that's totally not a problem. My whole thing is, I want to remove as many barriers as possible to people trapping cats. I just want you to trap cats. That's all. Just trap them. We don't need any more cats. So I'm going to use this as an example, but you don't want to put the open can in there. You want to just dump the food at the back of the newspaper. Because if you have a cat that when this trap closes, thrashing around, you don't want them to cut themselves on the tuna lid or anything. And you don't want to put a bowl in there either because at the clinic it might get lost. It's just a whole big thing. So you would take this, and honestly, you can get these traps dirty. I don't care. We can wash them. You can either take the sardines and just plop them through the top here, or you can go reach your hand in carefully. See, that's what it is. Reach your hand in carefully, put it at the back there, okay? And then what you want to do is before you trap those cats, let's say it's a colony in your backyard, or it's one cat that you see at a gas station that you use. The night before that you're going to trap, or the day, basically one feeding time before you're going to trap the cat, don't feed the cat. Because you want them to be hungry, you want them to go, ooh, I'm willing to go in this weird, scary thing, but there's tuna back here. So, take that out. A lot of times you can cover the trap, you can see. I think that was a raccoon. We also provide you with towels too. So, and newspaper, just everything. Anything you can think of. You want hand sanitizer? We got it. You want a tarp for your car? We'll give you that too. Whatever. So a lot of times, you can cover the trap before, like this, or you can not cover it. It depends. You kind of got to see how the cats are. Some cats will see this and go, oh yeah, I'm going to go in there. That's fine. Some cats see this and they're like, hell no, I'm not going in there.
Sometimes it calms them down.
Sometimes, yes. So the towel, once you do trap them, you do want to cover it with a towel because they thrash around. And ideally, the towel would be a little bit bigger. So this is a bad example of a towel, but it would have to be like that so it's covered. Do we have any questions so far? Am I going too fast? Yes.
Give us the definition of the word feral.
Feral. Okay. So, afraid of humans, probably doesn't meow. It's the cat that you go, hey kitty, kitty, run, bolt. Don't want to. No, their tails don't go up when I see you. They often stay low to the ground.
So it's the opposite of domestic.
Yeah,
Domestic would be a house, a cat that has an owner, and feral would be it's on its own.
Yes, but in some cases, some stray cats are friendlier. They get more accustomed to people. It's so hard to. But feral is generally skittish, people don't like you, type of thing. Alrighty, yes.
What if you get a pet cat accident?
Oh no. Well, if you realize that it's your cat or
Somebody else.
well, they can microchip them at the clinic, and sometimes those cats will meow or they have a collar, which some
If it has a collar, obviously, there you go.
yeah, yes, and some cats the clinic can they'll check for a microchip too, or if you know your neighbor has a cat that they let outside and just be like, hey, I'm trapping, I don't want your cat. But we've had situations where like some neighbor's really chunky cat he just kept going in, and he just did not understand. So we trapped him like 4 or 5 times, and at one point I was like, please just keep your cat inside. All right, so I'm taking this out so you can see.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
so, go ahead, Amy.
How do you know that you're catching one that has already had surgery?
All right, so we're gonna get to that. Okay, you're hang tight. We're good. All right, so now your trap is live. We're gonna throw the tuna in there or sardines, and you got your cat. Another thing is you don't want to leave the trap unattended. So typically, if it's someplace that you can kind of keep watch, let's say in your backyard and whatnot, or someplace that you can go periodically and check every half an hour. What's going to happen is you're going to get your cat, walk in, and go, oh, that smells good. They won't see this plate because you have the newspaper over it, but I'm going to show you what happens. Cat walks in, cat sees this tuna, delicious. I know, it sounds terrifying. I know. But that's why I say don't put anything sharp back here. And then they freak out a little bit, and then if you don't see, put the towel on them. If there's still a towel, then it's fine. And then you bring the cat to the clinic. They do everything, and then the cat recovers overnight. So typically it's 24 hours, so you can let them out the next day as long as they're still not high from the surgery or there's no like blood or anything like that. But the clinic also will give you like, hey, if there's an emergency, call us. So all the vet stuff they take care of. After, when you get them back home, you can put them in some place that's temperature controlled. So even if you have a screened-in porch and it doesn't get too cold or too warm, or you have a shed that's kind of, there's enough space in there, not too hot, not too cold, you can keep them in there overnight. Someplace quiet and the towel stays on them. We also give you cat food, because you can feed them as well overnight. And again, don't open the door. You don't want a feral cat in your shed or in your porch. So what you're gonna do, just open it and smush it through the top. Again, we can wash these traps. No big deal, least of my concern. Next day, mid-morning, mid to late afternoon, you see everything's all good, okay? You take your trap to the same spot, or roughly the same spot where you trapped it, and you release it. So the most important thing in this whole process is really the return, because we have to return the cats back to where they were trapped. So cats are very territorial and they know where their home is. A lot of times cats will, if they're released somewhere else, they'll try and make it back home. So it's always important to return them back to where they were trapped. And how do we know which cat is trapped and which cat is not? I don't know if they have a picture in one of these. Okay, so if you open this flyer to this page, the cats who've already been trapped have a little ear tip. So if you trap one that has an ear tip already, you can go ahead and let them go. That's to signify that they've already been through the program. Somebody's already spayed or neutered them, and they're good to go.
Yeah, you might see them down at the dump.
Yep.
Where you'll see cats with tipped ears.
Let's take this issue. But that is the whole process. Sometimes it's hard to see ear tips on black cats. Those are ones that can be a little bit more difficult, or if they're long hair cats and they got some tufts hanging out, that can be a little difficult. But once you get the hang of it, you can do it. I mean, the coolest thing about all of this is we've had people who were so terrified of trapping that they're like, I can't do this. And we had like an 80-year-old woman with a pacemaker trapping cats. And I was like, yes, that's what we want, yes.
What time are they picked up in the afternoon after they do that?
Yeah, so they're picked up between 3:30 to 4 p.m. And again, if we need to like organize something, we have a Facebook group that you can always say, hey guys, this is my situation, can anybody help? That's why we have a Facebook group as well for whoever. Yeah, for whoever, let's say you go, oh, I need help picking up this cat. A lot of times people are very helpful on there. There's over, I think, 1,000 people on there now, but yeah.
But the days you drop off the cat are
It's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We drop them off between 7:30 and 9 a.m. And the clinic just changed now. There's only 1 cat per person per day. Just for the rest of the
it was 2 a couple months ago.
It's just for the rest of the year. I think because it's just been so busy. But yeah.
Yeah, the clinic is behind, it's the, South Carolina State Clinic.
Behind Miss Kitty, across from the Rose Garden.
Yeah.
And they're great. We issue you like a little certificate that you show on your phone or you print out. You just go All Saints and they go, thank you. And that is pretty much it. And it's scarier when you hear this go off. Trust me, it's terrifying. The first time I did this, I was like, I don't want to do this. Because you're so afraid, and then, you hear the cats meowing in there, and you're like, am I doing something terrible? They're not happy, but you gotta think how many litters a female cat can have, that stress and that toll, they don't know better, and us being a smarter species, and, smarter, I say, if we have the power and the resources to help prevent the suffering that they go through, why not? So, I've seen lives change for so many cats, and that's the most, and people too. People are like, hey, no more fighting, no more peeing on my car, and all that stuff. Yes.
What does it cost you with your certificate per cat?
For us, so the rescue discount, I think everybody's the same price. It's $45 for a feral cat, and if they're friendlier and you can pick them up, but they still live outside, those are $55, and that's a whole different thing. Those ones get an appointment because they give them like a health checkup too. So the $45 includes an ear tip and a rabies vaccine, which is important because you're getting the rabies into the environment. Or you're not getting rabies into the environment, but you're preventing rabies from the environment. But that is pretty much the whole thing.
So someone wants to TNR cats. How do they go about contacting you? What do they do to get jump started?
Yeah.
What's the process?
So you guys can take one of these cards, just send me an email on here. That's it. Send me an email, we'll go through everything.
And then on your website, then there's a questionnaire.
Yeah, so
and
you
you
can
fill
either,
out the questionnaire. It's very easy. How many cats do you have, etc. And then you issue a certificate.
Yeah, like that. So you take that to the clinic.
Yeah, and so then you show this, and she issues it, and
You can pick up the traps for me, or sometimes people are like, hey, I'm gonna buy my own traps because then I'm gonna pass them along to my neighbor. But we have like 30 traps. I think I only have like 4 at my house now. That's
Wow.
what I got. And we're still like running. I'm like, hey, can we have the traps back? I need traps
And it's
back.
fine if we got our own trap.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Thank you for that. That's like, because you can take your time. And again, I want to emphasize that like, if you get one cat now and you get one cat next month, you've already done. That's so much because you've stopped so much. Like you've stopped so many kittens from being born. Just a pair in a year. Okay, so let's say the first litter they have 6 kittens. The pair, male and female. 6 kittens, 3 survive. Let's say 2 girls, 1 boy. Those kittens reach maturity and can start reproducing as early as 3 to 4 months. So think about, and mom cats that just had kittens can still get pregnant again while they're nursing kittens. So that's a lot of kittens. We did the math with an exponential growth rate, and with the 582 cats, in 7 years we prevented 120 million cats from being born, which is I can't even understand that number. So it's a lot.
So if somebody doesn't have email, can they just call you?
Yeah, so you
and
can
then
call.
go through the process and
you can do
go
that too.
through-
We're in the process of like getting a business phone and all that stuff, but
Okay.
it's just me. I answer the phone.
Yeah.
So if you go through, it's just me.
Wow.
But that is pretty much. I'm so sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Back to my question, so you get a cat that's in chip, let's say, so there's a vet and they can tell the pigs don't have a chip.
Yeah. A lot of times, even if they don't have a microchip, they'll have like a tattoo on their belly. Worst thing that happens is the cat has a fun little trip under the anesthetic if they go home. Which has happened, I think, once or twice. Now, people are also worried about like, what's the possibility that something happens to one of these cats and they don't survive. It can happen, and it does happen. Our clinic is really, really, really good. That's part of the reason why we're moving to 1 cat, is because they don't want to overwhelm, and just for this time of year, like with the holidays and all that stuff, and being busier. But I think in the 590-ish cats that we've gotten, plus an additional 90 that were friendly and we put through Miss Kidneys to get adopted.
Wow.
So we're really close to 700, because those ones weren't returned. They're at home. I think we've only lost 4, and those were just underlying health conditions that are things that you can't. And a lot of them it was after the fact, or a lot of them it was, hey, this cat has cancer right now. we could do the surgery, but I don't know if it's gonna, like, you can release them, but are they gonna suffer outside, so you kinda have to make that decision, but yeah.
So since a lot of the cats around here, they're fairly in the alley or at the garbage dump or
Mhm.
other places, if we put out a trap, what's kind of the maximum humane period of time? You know, if it's not in your backyard and you can't monitor it every few minutes, is it okay to put it out one night and check it in the morning?
I would, if you know that it's a safe place, or if you have a neighbor that you can say, hey, Christine, are you driving by the dump? Can you just check and see? And a lot of times if they're not fed, the dump is hard though, because it's a constant food source. So you need to put like some real good stuff. Like I've heard people use like fried chicken and they go crazy, but like, or sometimes it's just, yeah, right? Or they'll put like catnip in there, that's another thing. Sometimes you just gotta get super creative. But yeah, so that would be a thing that you really just, and as time goes on, you kind of learn and kind of know, but we've set, traps in the beginning, like in the woods behind the dump, and we've gotten some there, so. Yeah, totally just, even if you go, okay, I'm gonna set it it doesn't even have to be the night before. If you have a place that the cats can recover overnight, you can trap them at any time the day before, and then because you have a place that they can recover before you bring them in the next day. So, you don't necessarily have to trap them the morning that you're bringing them, so long as you have a place that they can recover. Yes?
Do you have any suggestions on how to calm one down, Christine? We had some, and the mom is sweet as she can be. Two's been adopted out.
Spicy kittens?
And they still.
Yeah, spicy kittens.
The two gray ones that we feed that come up close enough, you know, to eat out of the little bowls, but you start to reach for them, it's cute.
Yeah. Bribes and
There's
time.
three, the mom is gray and the two
Aw.
young ones is gray and it's like triplets. But they hear me in my little cart when they get out, we've been feeding them, and they'll come over and sit and wait to come in that house over there, and Kristen feeds them.
Well, I'll give you an example. There was a feral cat that showed up at Abbey Lake a couple years ago. Totally afraid of people. Would not go near you. It was like a solid 2 years that he'd just come around and like he'd run away. And he'd do the thing that feral cats do, tail between the legs, I don't want to see you. But I'd see him on the camera eating. It took us 2 years to actually be able to pet him. And now he's like glued on my golden retriever. Like he's just like this. And even with us too, like he's walked straight in my house. And I'm like, we can't do this right now. I don't have enough space. So patience. It's usually easier with kittens, but I say it's never really impossible, because I don't know how we've managed to tame cats, but it's a slow process. And if you have something like, if you give them chicken or you give them tuna, and because I mean they're already coming around for you, so it's just gonna be a slow process.
The mama had baby, she was coming and I didn't know she wanted anybody, but she did. And she was sweet, and next thing I knew there was 5 on my head.
Yeah.
But do you think if we were to trap one and just, maybe put something on or something that they wouldn't scratch us, if we could take it inside and?
If you have, okay, so what people do, there's all videos on it that you can like, have you ever seen on YouTube where people like tame the spicy kittens?
Oh, okay.
That's fun.
Okay, well, we'll watch those videos.
Yeah, you can.
We'll watch the videos and we'll figure it out.
And they, like, as long, like, it's a process, it's a
I'm
process.
tired of feeding them if I can't touch them.
You want the reward, right? And they're so cute though, I bet.
Oh, yeah, those were the first ones.
Yeah.
So Kristen too, she gave me
Yes.
this, which is pretty awesome. When I first started trapping information,
we get
trapping
you that
guide, which was super helpful.
Which is basically everything that I've said.
Yeah, and then and Amy Rockwell has been trapping cats down at the dump and has been extremely successful. And her method is very fascinating. Jean and I came down the other night because she was trapping kittens, and she sets out the traps, and then she just kind of does a loop around the dump where there's a loop, comes back, they're in the trap.
You know how
She's
to.
good to go.
What are you baiting with?
Cat food, canned cat food.
But this time.
But Christine introduced us to shredded cheese.
Yeah, I know Christine
And
told
she
me
caught
about
three
that for the
cats,
house back
and
here.
We caught 3 in one trap
And she
with the
caught
shredded
two.
cheese.
It's a secret weapon, is that shredded cheese. Plus, I don't think it really
I took the other
has
two
that
out.
odor to bring in the
Yeah.
raccoons
And then it
and that sort
No,
of
no,
thing.
no.
Raccoons
Taking
will ruin
the
your
crates.
towels.
Yeah, yeah.
I took them.
So,
The
so
next
my
day.
understanding, talking to you, is that you cover the trap already with a towel, right?
Yes.
To begin
I
with?
You
did.
can, you can, yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes
and
you'll go
Amy
in
does
like that,
too.
but,
I don't cover it until I've got the cat.
Oh, okay,
It really-
okay. I guess
honestly,
it's
it
either
depends.
way, right?
And you know, these cats come because we feed them
so
every
they
day.
recognize your car, I bet.
So
Yes.
they expect to be fed, and on that night, we don't put anything
Are you
in.
catching some of the same cats that have been trapped
Occasionally,
before?
we
Occasionally.
do.
But mainly on, yeah.
But the traps I use have a different, they have a piece at the back.
Yeah.
So if you catch one that you've already caught before, you just open it up and,
Right. So are you actively working the dump?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that can be,
I mean,
we
listen,
can write that off and work
no,
in other areas, or no?
you know, do it.
The more the merrier, I guess.
We've done 6 in the last week,
That's amazing.
and
Yeah.
there are,
Yeah, there's a lot. I know Suzanne
20.
was doing a bunch
Do
there.
you live here?
I live on Spring Hill Road.
Who are you?
Amy and her husband Don.
Okay.
Amy Brockwell, who are you?
We started,
Well, thank
She's
you.
a cat.
well, we
a
started
cat
years ago,
Okay.
feeding and trapping.
Okay.
And it's weird, a lot of the cats that we have trapped in years past have just, in groups, disappeared. I don't know where they went, I don't know what happened to them, but yeah.
Well, their lifespan isn't that great anyhow.
Well,
as-
when you spay or neuter them, it does increase their lifespan because they're not fighting and
But
they're
they're
not.
still feral and they still have the environment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was wonderful. Are there any more questions? Well, if that's something that give information, her contact information.
Yeah, you can sign up for our mailing list.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's pass it around.
And if you guys want to have, you guys want to.
Kristen,
Yes.
I also wanted to say,
Oh, wait a minute.
there's another organization called Spay Georgia.
Yes.
And I go every month, on the first day of the month, I go to spaygeorgia.org and request vouchers. Because that's 2 cats,
Yeah,
that's
per
usually
month.
what we get, is 2 vouchers. That's 2 cats that we can get fixed, so we don't have to use
Yeah.
Kristen's resource.
Which we're still happy to use if you can't get those certificates.
Yeah, they run out
Yeah,
quicker.
you gotta call like the first of the month or, you call them, right?
No, I
You
email,
email, okay.
yeah.
So yeah, that's another resource too. They're still doing that now, right? I know they took. a
I
break
just
from
got
it.
2
Okay.
more.
Okay.
I emailed them on September 30th and they said, we do not accept requests until the first of the month, so I just,
Auto email for like
Yeah.
12:01 a.m.
So when you get a voucher, that means you don't have to pay for it?
right, right,
So-
Pays for it.
yeah. It,
Yeah.
and the clinic accepts those
Yeah.
vouchers.
Yeah.
Now, what I was hoping to do for us, because there's a lot of people here with, modest lifestyle, is that if we could set up a fund, and that fund would go to.
As long as like a Metcalfe fund.
A Metcalfe fund. It would go to All Saints. And then people who are, tracking and dropping off, then that is, it's paid for.
Yeah.
And so we can, we'll talk about that. Hey, Carolyn, and so, we're talking about having a cat fund to try to support, the neutering of the cats.
And you'll notice such a huge difference when you've heard them yowling in your backyard and they're fighting and then it's just not good. It's not good.
So, are there any more questions? You were awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So much, and the service,
Everybody, honestly, if it was just one person a social worker by school education, but it's kind of gone towards cats, I guess. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is also a people issue because there's so many people that you care about these cats. You end up really, you know, I'm sure Amy goes to the dump and she sees a couple cats, so she's like, oh, hey.
What?
You go to the dump and you see cats that you recognize and you build this bond and you care about them.
Yeah.
And that's hard because when you don't have those resources, you don't have the funds, and it's all about accessibility to resources. So if I can make that as least resistant as possible, that is everything.
Yeah, because I found it very, you know, conceptually, it's very daunting to get jump started. Kristen made it so easy.
I'm glad.
I know, and I tracked so many cats in the first wave of, in that first week, it was amazing.
If I could do it, I said if I could do it. We don't really have
So it's
as many
pretty
stray
awesome.
cats in Canada because of the cold, and I think it's just different here too. Of course, being in a big city, you have less of that from what I've seen, and there's more, you know, there's more humane societies, there's more shelters. I think we have like, Toronto was celebrating this one feral cat that they got because it was like in a building that was gonna be demolished, and they're like 5 different rescues were fighting over who was gonna rescue this cat. And I was like, can you imagine, those are the problems that we have. So, not
a good
knowing,
problem.
I know, right?
That's a
Not
good
knowing
problem.
where to go and, you know, me just seeing like, hey, I told the property managers at Abbey Lake, I was like, it's $35 to fix a cat, and they're like, yeah, but, you know, somebody else can do it, or it's too much work, we'll just get rid of them, and I was like, it's $35 to fix it. You can't go to a vet in Canada and it'd be under $300 to spare you. $35 at the time, it's 45 now, and they're like, we're sorry, we're increasing our prices. I was like, $45. Anyways, I could go on a long rant of that forever, but
Well, I think it is a screaming deal here.
Yeah.
We are lucky to have you as a resource.
I'm
Well,
glad.
thank you so much for helping us.
Of course, thank you for caring and for wanting to help. Even if you donate 1 can of tuna, you are helping.
Yeah, oh yeah, Roger.
Huh?
Roger brought some food for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm the guy that kept saying I'm gonna bring it, and he said, well, let
Yeah,
me know.
yeah, so you
Or
have a whole bunch of food.
I just don't go to Tom's
Good
house,
job.
so
That's totally
that's for
fine.
you.
That's totally
Well,
fine.
thank you so much.
Yeah, we've seen it. We're doing a cat calendar. If you're on our Facebook page, we do a cat calendar for people send us pictures of their TNR cats, so that'll be coming out soon. We're going to be building cat shelters for Hands on Thomas County Day, and then we'll probably be like donate what you can. So if you have cats, we make like a little shelter out of like those plastic tote bins that you can come
Well,
put.
that's really cool.
So just stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
And we also, I try, and I want to move towards doing this too, once we get a bigger base, but a lot of times the access to vet care for feral cats is very limited. No vets really want to work on them. People don't want to spend money on an outdoor cat, so we're looking to try and, you know, build a fund so like, let's say you have a feral cat that needs a dental, we can raise the money to do that. We have done that successfully. There's been a couple of cats under our care that we have gotten dentals for, and ones that we brought back to life, and just things like that because they did not choose to be out there. So yeah, that's I've got a lot of things that I want to keep going